And I don't blame him for sticking with his daughter, but his daughter is a very dumb individual, very dumb. She's a radical war hawk. Let's put her with a rifle standing there with 9 barrels shooting at her, okay? Let's see how she feels about it. You know, when the guns are trained on her face. You know,
Last night, Donald Trump sat down in an interview with Tucker Carlson at an event for his live show, and it went exactly as you would expect. Donald Trump was angry. He was out of control. He was losing his mind. But then the interview took a more sinister turn. Donald Trump went away from his just regular enemy from within rhetoric, and it got really scary because Trump directed his anger at Liz Cheney and begin threatening her life. It is absolutely terrifying. Tore are the words that Donald Trump said so much, so that both Tucker and the crowd fell completely silent in a state of utter shock. It was disgusting. It was disturbing. And we are going to get into it all. But before we do, if I could quickly ask you to leave a like on this video, and if you haven't already, and you enjoy our channel, to hit that subscribe button. It goes a long way, and it really means the world to me. Now, let's get into this crazy interview with Trump and Tucker.
Break the country.
it could be they hate our country. I mean, they may hate our country. And we deal with real scum. I mean, like a guy like Adam Shifty Schiff. He's a sleazebag. And he's probably going to be a senator, if you can believe it, but I call him Watermelon Head. He has the... No, he's unattractive, both inside and out. That is... No, but this is a really bad guy. This is a dishonest guy, not a dumb guy at all. He's got the smallest neck I've ever seen on a human being. He will never be a football player, I can tell you. But he's a smart guy, but he's just a sleazebag. You know, there's nothing else you can... I'll give you shit.
Like I said, Donald Trump out of the gate, clearly angry, AG grieved as he always is, going after Adam Schiff. And is this really his closing message? VP Harris is talking about turning the page, talking about unity, talking about moving forward. And Donald Trump is still focused on his enemies from within, which of course we are going to get to the most dangerous version of that in just a little bit. But he continued these remarks as he grew angrier and angrier right here.
I say the enemy from within, and I said, look, we have China, we have Russia, we have Kim Jong-un, North Korea, we have a lot of people out there. But if you have a smart president, I had a great relationship with President Xi until the China virus came in, and that was a bridge too far, but we'll have a very good relationship. And there's reasons for them to want to like us. There's big reasons. But if you have a smart president who wants that kind of smart, meaning with people, if you have a smart president, somebody that knows what's happening, you're going to be fine. But, you know, we do have an enemy from within. We have some very bad people. And those people are also very dangerous. They would like to take down our country. They'd like to have our country be a nice communist country or a fascist in any way they can. And we have to be careful of that. But they're the greatest con artists in the world, because as soon as I said an enemy from within, they said, oh, he's saying an enemy from within.
This interview with Tucker was fairly late at night. And so you can see how much Trump is losing it after a long day of being angry. He is even more AG grieved and out of control right here as he continues to talk about his enemies from within, continues to talk about his grievance. It's the only thing he can seem to ever focus on at this point, because as this election gets closer, the pressure Donald Trump feels is mounting. Because he knows he's not running for president. He's running away from prison. And so those who want to hold him accountable, who want to protect our democracy, make him even angrier. And again, we see Donald Trump start to lose it more and more in this clip right here.
There were plenty of guys that were right, like you and Sean, and there were plenty of guys that were right. But so I said, but here's the thing. So with Shifty Schiff, see, that's the weave. See, we start. You know about the weave, right? Start. As long as you come back to the right location. So what happens? You understand that?
Yeah.
Somebody said, does he ramble? I said, I don't ramble. I do the weave. I cover many, many subjects. And you always come back to the right. That's genius. There's a difference between rambling and genius. Okay.
Now we know from leaked text in the Dominion lawsuit against Fox, the Fox propaganda outlet, that Tucker Carlson has some pretty clear contempt for Donald Trump. He does not like him. He thinks he's an idiot. And so I think he's actually laughing at Donald Trump there, not with him. As much as he's trying to put on this performance and laugh at his weave, but I think he does recognize that Donald Trump is just losing his mind at this point. And like I said, the anger continued to ramp up. So before we get to what he said about Liz Cheney, let's check out what he had to say right here.
Then you say, why do they want to have transition? I call them transition operations by the thousands. If you just say, well, I'm thinking about it, they throw you into an operating table, and you say, why do they want to have that?
This is all Donald Trump is about. It is about fear-mongering. It is about anger and hate attacks on marginalized communities. That's what Donald Trump wants to do. He wants to divide us. He wants to enrage us, and we cannot let him. And that's why there are so many Republicans speaking out against him, including Liz Cheney, who, like I said, Donald Trump threatened in this shocking clip right here.
And I don't blame him for sticking with his daughter. But his daughter is a very dumb individual, very dumb. She's a radical war hawk. Let's put her with a rifle standing there with 9 barrels shooting at her, okay? Let's see how she feels about it. You know, when the guns are trained on her face.
Trump said he wants guns pointed at her face. This needs to be the biggest story through Election Day. Donald Trump is threatening someone who is not even his political opponent, but someone who is just outspoken against him, a former Republican, a member of his own party. This is horrifying. This is who Donald Trump wants to be. This is who Donald Trump has always been. We cannot allow him to have the power to enact his angry and AG-grieved agenda of going after his enemies. And VP Harris called that out so perfectly, making that contrast right here.
There is a huge contrast in this election. Just imagine the Oval Office in 3 months. Picture it in your mind. It is either so, but there's a choice that everybody has. So let's imagine it for a moment. It's either Donald Trump in there stewing over his enemies list, or me working for you, checking off my to-do list. You have the power to make that decision. It is your power. It is your power. So 12 days. All right. So, okay, we got work to do. We got work to do. Okay, so Georgia, listen, it all comes down to this. We are here together because we know what is at stake. We are here together because we love our country. We love our country. And I do believe it is one of the highest forms of patriotism to fight then for the ideals of our country and to fight to realize the promise of America. That's why we are here. And as the great Congressman John Lewis reminded us, democracy is not a state, it is an act. So Georgia, now is our time to act, and together we will win. We will win. We will win. So, Election Day. So, Election Day is in 12 days, okay? 12 days. And early voting has already started. So Georgia, we need you to vote early. Please vote early. Go to iwillvote.com to get all the information you might need. Because folks, the election is here. It is here, it is upon us, and the choice is truly in your hands. Your vote is your voice. and your voice is your power. So, Georgia, I ask you, are you ready to make your voices heard? Do we believe in freedom? Do we believe in opportunity? Do we believe in the promise of America? And are we ready to fight for it? And when we fight, we win. God bless you, and God bless the United States of America.
Of course, we shouldn't want a president with an enemies list, but it is so important that we also make that contrast that it's not just VP Harris calling that out for Donald Trump, but also pointing out the fact that she has a to-do list that Donald Trump is trying to serve himself. Donald Trump is trying to get back at those who he feels have wronged him, while VP Harris is trying to build a better future. Turn the page. Look ahead with positivity, with a big tent, with a big coalition of people who were behind her because they want to see this country be better. And what is Donald Trump doing? He's out for himself, which is what he lied about right here.
What motivates you to keep going?
Who the hell knows? I don't know. I just want to be with people like this. There's so much love in this room. So much love, right? Isn't it amazing? It's pretty easy. I could have I have a lot of alternatives. I could be in a beautiful beach with the waves hitting me in the face and all that boring stuff. And I've been there, and you get very bored pretty easily. I have one thing in mind. It's called Make America Great Again. That's all I think about.
Amen.
It's interesting that Tucker would even ask this question of Donald Trump, expecting any response that was actually true. But as we always say, we know the reason Donald Trump is running for president. It's because he could be on some beach somewhere, but he doesn't want to do that. Donald Trump is running for president to get out of prison, to serve Putin, to write another big tax cut, to enrich himself and his family. That is what Donald Trump is about. That is what he will always be about. Nothing more, nothing less. And we saw that so much in what he said tonight, the anger just pouring out of him, as we can see in this clip as well.
Hillary Clinton, who's a smart woman, much smarter than Kamala, but doesn't lie as much. Hillary was a liar, a horrible scoundrel, but this one lies so much. And she's a low IQ individual. She doesn't even know she's lying, I'm telling you. This is not what you want for your president. That has nothing to do with me. This is not what you want. She's a very low IQ individual. She's dumb as a rock, and you can't have that. You can't have that. We love our country too much. You can't have it. We just went through 4 years of it. You can't have any more. A country can only take so much.
It is just complete projection from a small, petulant child that is Donald Trump, an angry, insecure little man who cannot control himself. He is losing it. He has lost it. He is out of control, and he is unfit, more unfit than ever. We have to make sure that we turn out and stop this deranged individual from being anywhere near the Oval Office, and we're going to be talking about that every single day on the show. And if you want to support that, as always, you can hit that subscribe button. You can leave a like on this video. And if you stuck around at the end, you can drop a blue heart in the comments. And until next time, I'll see you soon.